Hey, everybody, welcome to the Art of Relationship show. And we're going to be kicking off the first show or episode, I should say, of 2022, talking about most people's favorite subject, and that's about sex. And what does sex mean? What type of sex do you want? And how do you want, your sex life to improve from last year to this year, 2022? So don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about sex and sexually speaking in 2022. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back right after this, plus some new news. Is that a thing? New news. There we go. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Art of Relationship show, episode 1 of 2022. Going to be talking about sexually speaking, okay? And, sex, a lot of people love talking about it. Some people are a little squeamish about talking about it. I want to know, how do you want your sex life to be improved this year over last year? And a lot of people, oh my God, my sex life was rocking, Greg. There's no way I can ever improve it unless there's, extra 6 hours a day, right? So we're going to talk about this and give you some areas to go after. And I am also, join the chat down below. I was going to say, also let you know, join the chat down below, and please mark your calendar starting next Wednesday. I can't even remember. I think it's the 12th. The show is moving from 12 noon Eastern time to 8 p.m. Eastern time. If I can stay awake from, seeing clients all day and be energized, I want to keep that time slot from here on out. 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Art of Relationship show will be changing. And I'm also adding, let's face it, that you can call me with your questions and it'll be anonymous. So you'll be able to do a live chat like you can today. Join the live chat below and you'll be able to call me anonymously. And I'll have some other stuff popping up real quick in some other, book giveaways, like right here. My latest book, Love, Sex, and Everything in Between, a relationship guide. That's on Amazon, but I'll be giving away free books coming up. Now, let's get into today's episode talking about sexually speaking in 2022. Okay. And I want to know how you're able to kick it off. Now, hey, appreciate you joining in. So I want you to be able to look at, what areas of your sex life do you want to be improved? And not only, people hear me talking about, my relationship philosophy and trying to improve and get connected on mind, body, heart, and soul. And that also definitely goes for your sex life as well, where the mind, body, heart, and soul kicks off. So I want to look at what areas are, you expecting to improve in this year. A lot of people might look at, well, I need a partner. Well, if you do have a partner, or maybe, you want to be by yourself, right? You're about self-pleasuring. Do you want to do that more? Do you want to try different techniques of self-pleasure, or do you want to be more comfortable in pleasing yourself? And again, it's not a right or wrong. I want to know what is holding you back and what expectations do you have for this year? Not resolutions. I want to go after what can legitimately be in place to kick off your sex life and improve it, maybe just a little bit, if not a whole lot. And what does that mean to you? And we all know, and I work with all kind of couples, all different lifestyles, from, alternative lifestyles. So let's face it, I'll just throw that out there. And it's not for me. And I tell people I'm one-on-one monogamous. That's just me. But I can definitely help people, poly, swingers, open relationships, bisexual. I work with all kind of people, all different, walks of life. And I tell people it shouldn't be judged, right? As long as you're not hurting yourself, hurting other people, it's looking at what works for you when it comes to sexuality in your sex life. Maybe you want to get more comfortable talking about sex with your partner or maybe with anybody. Okay. Some people can talk to a perfect stranger about sex and, no big deal, nothing, whatever, but they can't talk to their partner. They're a little squeamish. They're maybe insecure, maybe also that their partner's insecure. So, I can't talk about sex. So, to my partner, because I know it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be a monologue and not a dialogue, not a discussion, not a lively talking back and forth, learning, enjoying each other and learning about what each other wants, what each other craves, sexually speaking. Okay. So, what are your expectations? And I want to throw this out. Are your expectations to kick up? Is it frequency, right? And I talked about this probably a couple months ago about the truth of desire, right? And one of the main truths about desire and that kicks up desire is, let's face it, right? Is pleasure, sexual pleasure. The more you're sexually pleased and get pleasure from sex, the more you're going to want it. Okay. It's that simple. And well, I say it's simple, but it's not that, maybe not that simple, especially for those people that are new parents or have young kids that have exhaustion. You work a lot of hours and you throw that into play, but everything else takes a priority but your sex life. So maybe part of your expectation in kicking off 2022 is looking at maybe you're going to make more time for sex. And some people, believe it or not, even schedule sex. And everybody's like, what, Greg? Ugh, gross. You want to vomit, you want to puke when I bring that up. But some people, if they work different shifts, right? Maybe one travels a lot for business or over the road truck drivers. There's a lot of different situations out there that people have a hard time relating to, but you can even maybe make it a priority to schedule sex, knocking boots, making sweet love, right? In your relationship and in your life. And it can be fun. It can be exhilarating. You look forward to, going on, maybe you have holiday break that a lot of people just came from, that you go on to be able to go after, looking forward to all this stuff, to looking forward to a date, looking forward to a vacation, looking forward to, oh my god, what about a bonus check, right? Oh my god, how many people look for, I can't wait for my tax return money comes in, right? So you want to be able to look at those elements to where what is happening, what is going on. And again, it's not a right or wrong. It's looking at what works for you. But why can't you look forward to scheduling sex? Oh my God, we're going to get freaky deaky Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday night, whatever you want to call it. And that you can lead up to it. You can have foreplay. You can, you know, send text message. Oh man, God, I can't wait to taste you. I can't wait to feel your body. I can't wait to kiss you and see you all, all roll your eyes in the back of your head in pleasure. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do to enhance your sex life. Okay. So maybe you do have to schedule it. What do you have to do to make sex life a priority in your relationship? And I'm not talking about if you don't feel it, then you have to look at what is happening, what is creating that disconnect sexually, that you're not turned on by your partner or your partner is not turned on by you. Is it because of a lack of communication? Is it because of, boredom? Is it because that you're not fully open and you're holding yourself back sexually, or your partner is, and you can't do everything by yourself, right? Let's face it. Well, sexually pleasing, you might be able to do a lot of things, but not everything, right? It's just different. So, you're looking at, if you don't have a willing participant, a willing partner, and it's not about, oh, Greg said we need to make sex life a priority. So even though I don't feel into you or I don't feel you, I desire you, I'm still going to do it. No, 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 no. Maybe that's a good thing about kicking up your, talking about sexual expectations and sexually speaking for this year, that you're not going to have obligated sex. You're not going to have coercive sex. You're not going to have guilt trip sex. You know what I mean, people? Oh, well, we haven't had sex and da 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 da. So why don't you just give it to me? I'm like, what? There's some people that are okay with that. I never promote that. Never. I'm about, wanting someone that's into me, that she's into me, desires me, craves me, and that I crave her too. It's not about obligation. Maybe you can be more comfortable in your own skin and self assured when it comes to maybe your partner is not in the mood, they're not feeling good. It happens, tired, exhaustion, right? That you don't sulk, that you can work on. I'm not going to beg, I'm not going to plead. I'm going to be more confident in my own skin that I know it's just not in the mood. I know my partner still craves me, desires me, but okay, what happens if that goes on for a long period of time, right? All of a sudden, something's going on, they don't desire you, and it's been 3 months, 4 months, a year, 6 years. You get me? Now I'm looking at why are you in that relationship? Not questioning, not judging. I'm questioning, but not judging. Okay. I want to know why are you in a relationship where your sexual pleasures are not being had? That it's not, again, not every time it's going to be perfect, but what is causing you to be in a relationship where, sex is either like, or you don't desire your partner, or your partner doesn't desire you. What causes you to do that to yourself? Again, not a judgment, not bashing, but this is something else that I want you to kick off 2022 and ask yourself these questions. Okay. I just need someone, mention I just need to cross paths with someone who can relate to me on a spiritual level in order for me to have a pleasing, long-lasting sex life. I love that. Now I want to know, are you talking on a spiritual level? Are you talking, and I mentioned this earlier, about the mind, body, heart, and soul of sex. Okay. And when you're talking about spiritual on the same spiritual level, are you talking religiously speaking? Are you talking, and I might mention it on a soulful level, that again, it's not a right or wrong. It's looking at what is happening and what you're doing to go after it. What does spiritual level mean to you? And this is one thing where a lot of people might take it for granted that you know what each other means, right? Communication about sex. That, okay, something that's fulfilling sexually for me might not be for you, for my partner, that type of stuff. And what are you doing to be on the same page so you know what your partner means by I want more affection. I would like more soulfulness. I would like more sensuality. And these are areas to look at. You know what? I want sex, I want rougher sex. You know what? And rougher sex to your partner might mean one thing, but to you, it means another. So you're like, "Pfft," you get me? You're not together and on the same page. So communication is huge when it comes to sex with anything in a relationship, but primarily about sex. And if you're awkward and uncomfortable talking about it and what that means to you or your partner, you know what? I love this. I love when you do this. You know what? It doesn't feel good if you do it this way. So you can have very, very, you know, same words used, right? Softer, rougher, faster, slower. You get me? Sensual, more foreplay, right? But can those mean different things to your partner than they do for you? And this is where a lot of assumptions come in and you end up bashing each other, right? That's not what I mean. You get me? How many people have been there? That's not what I mean. Well, you meant rougher. Well, I didn't mean for you to freaking put my head through the drywall type of thing situation, right? So you need to understand and get what each other means and how you read each other's body language, expressions, moans, groans. Maybe you want to kick up verbalization, verbal expressions with sex during 2022. You want to get more comfortable. Oh my God, I love it. I love when you're inside me. I love it, when I'm inside you. Man, I love the way you taste. I love kissing you. man, your body feels so awesome. I love how soft, how silky it is. Or, I love your hairy beast body or whatever. You get me? Maybe you want to kick up the verbal explanations, the verbal expressions, and explaining exactly what you like about your partner during sex and making love and, that type of stuff. And maybe you want to incorporate when it comes to sex, maybe you want to incorporate, like I said, more playfulness. Maybe you want it more rougher, more animalistic. What does that mean to you? More playfulness. Maybe you want to joke around more. Maybe you want to, get in a tickle fight, a pillow fight, maybe a squirt gun, water fight, that type of situation. And that you can, be more playful. Maybe you want to start playing naked twister. Now, disclosure, right? If you hurt yourself, don't come back on me if you get an injury, right? And one episode I'm going to have in the next few weeks is about sex injuries, right? Sex brought me to the ER TV show, so I want to do an episode on, maybe your sex injuries and, sort of have a fun with it, okay? That'll be in a couple more weeks. So going after and looking at what is happening with you and what type of sex do you want to improve on? Do you want it to be more eye to eye contact, more soulfulness, that there's more meaning behind it versus just physical pleasure? Maybe you want to work on eye to eye contact, that you or your partner is a little squeamish having that, eye to eye contact. They don't want their souls, their heart to be fully seen through their eyes. So maybe some people are embarrassed that I don't want you to look in my eyes because I might have a weird face because of pleasure, right? And to be able to break that and to be able to get rid of those stigmas and go after what you want. So maybe you want to not only with verbal expressions, maybe you want to incorporate dirty talk, right? Maybe you love it, but your partner doesn't love it. And is that something that you absolutely need to be sexually pleased and fulfilled? Or is it something that you can live without and still be sexually fulfilled and pleased? Again, nobody, I repeat, nobody should be able to tell you, well, you should be okay with this. You should, if this doesn't happen, you still need to be okay. No one should tell you that except yourself, right? And have that communication with your partner, because you're going to have a lot of people, right? Oh, sex isn't everything. Well, it might not be everything for one person, but it could mean a significant amount to somebody else. And you have some people that judge and ridicule and bash somebody, right? If there is an injury, right? Sex might not be everything to some people. It could mean a significant portion to somebody else. Neither one should bash. It's about learning and understanding. Then maybe you need to be with someone that has more of a, similar expectation what sex is, or the importance or, lack of importance sex has in a relationship. You need to be on that same page with somebody, or you're going to end up butting heads and clashing. I'm blunt. Excuse me. So looking at, those elements and being on the same page and, expressing yourself sexually in 2022, what does that look like that you want better? Maybe you want to learn how to walk around in the house naked more and be okay with it, right? I'm not talking with, your grandma, grandpa, you're walking around naked in front of them, or all your kids. I'm not talking that. But I'm talking about maybe when you're by yourself, nobody's at home, or even with your partner, that some people have, they shame themselves, they body shame themselves. And I want people, okay, this is the way I look, and I'm okay with it, right? I might not like it, whatever, but I'm still sexy. I still have, that swag going on, that sex appeal going on, regardless what my body looks like. And, if there is stuff that you can improve, what is getting in the way of that, of going after what you really want, right? Maybe it's about losing some pounds. Maybe it's some people, go the opposite and they don't have any shape. They're almost, if you, I might be dating myself with Popeye, and olive oil was super, super stick thin. And maybe some people don't like that and they want maybe to work out a little bit and get maybe a little more form or muscle to them. Again, everybody's different, but I want you to be comfortable in your own skin. And what does that mean? And what would it take for you to say, "Own, this is the way I am and I'm still sexy"? And this goes for men and women. It's not just women. Men have some hangups too. Okay. So, what would it take to improve on those levels this year for you? Okay. Also, looking at, what about health issues? Okay. I want to talk, a lot of people don't talk about health issues when it comes to sex. And as people age, or maybe they're, with trauma and abuse, maybe childhood, maybe there was rape survivors and trauma survivors, that there's some responses to that. And, with stress and muscle tension and soreness and vaginal soreness, vaginal dryness. There's erectile challenges, okay, out there maybe for the guys. So you look at, maybe you want those to be less of a problem, and you're going to have the courage to go seek help. A great maybe urologist that is specializes in sexual challenges, OB for you ladies out there. And not all OBs are good when it comes to sexual challenges, when it comes to, vaginal dryness, pain, those type of aspects. And you're looking at, oh, your women age, go through menopause. It's just something you have to deal with. And they blow it off like, okay, now it shouldn't be important to you anymore. That's BS. Now you need to fire that OB or urologist, whatever. You need to fire their ass and go after someone that is good and knowledgeable and cares about your sex life as much as you do, and what looks at it. So, you can look at, the health concerns, what is going on. When was the last time you had blood work done, that you had a checkup done to check out problems? And some people have been enduring these problems and pushing it off because they're embarrassed. I get it, and I talk with my clients in my office about these challenges aspects. And there's things that can go on, there's, for even vaginal dryness, vitamin E, suppositories, vitamin E, split open vitamin E tablets, right? And you can, manually, put the vitamin E inside your vaginal canal. There's things that can be done to help, rejuvenize, if you will, the vaginal area with dryness, and the pelvic floor muscles can also help by strengthening those Kegel muscles. Guys can do Kegel muscles too. Kegel exercises, I should say. So you want to be able to look at, again, real quick, what areas of your sex life do you want to improve on? Do you want to have more fun? Do you want to have better sex? Maybe you want to have more intense orgasms. Maybe you want to work on delaying orgasms too. And the men, right? How many women? Yeah, we want our men to delay. But then some women also, right, out there experience that men don't ejaculate, they wait too long to ejaculate, or they, and it gets sore, it gets dry, right? And there are women out there like that. There's women that can go for freaking 3 hours without taking a break. And there's some women, 15 minutes, 10 minutes might be too long because of the soreness. Our bodies are all different. It's understanding that. And it's looking at, what areas, again, in 2022, this year, that you can improve your sex life and the mind, body, heart, and soul on these areas. And, write them out, talk about each other, and also evaluate, what are you sexually compatible with your current partner? And again, nothing is perfect, but are you at opposite ends of the spectrum? One's over here in their beliefs, their philosophy, the meaning behind sex, and getting on the same page. And then you have to evaluate what is going to happen. Can we move where it's good enough and it's fulfilling for both of us? Or are we just going to, live in that situation? Again, that's nobody's decision to make except yours. It's not mine. It's not anybody else's in this profession. in your life, family, friends, it's up to you. Okay. So you need to be able to look at what areas do you want to improve in the sexual realm, right? Should be easy. It's not for everybody. Okay. Also, I want to thank, DFWNPLC.com. They're a law firm in Metro Detroit here. If you're looking for legal advice, they're actually great people that actually care about people. Um, they're not the, radio jock and TV show shooting off at the mouth type of attorneys. They actually care about people. So check them out, DFWNPLC.com, people. And remember, starting next Wednesday, I believe, let me double check, January 5th or January 12th. Sorry, today's the 5th. There we go. January 12th, starting the Art of Relationships show is going to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to be taking live calls along with the chats that I already do. So you can call me in anonymous, and there's going to be some other stuff kicking up down the road. Okay. So peace and love. Check out my website, The Art of Relationships Show. And please subscribe to me on YouTube, The Art of Relationships Show. Go over to my Facebook, my public figure Facebook page, Detroit's Love Guru. Please follow me. You can hit me up at Greg.Dudzinski.1 as well on Facebook. Both pages are basically the same content. So again, happy 2022. Let everybody bring more love, less hate into your life. Okay. So peace and love again to everybody out there. Take care.